I genuinely can't believe that Game Freak made this game. No, seriously, we are talking about a studio that has been criticized for years for Pokemon's visuals, performance, and technical shortcomings. And then somehow they go from this to Beast of Reincarnation. And honestly, it comes to a point where you really think you never knew that they had it in them. You didn't know that they were capable of producing a game of, I don't want to say such high quality, but when you compare it to their current output of Pokemon, this is a major leap forward. Sure, it's not the greatest game in the world, and sure, it has its own problems. But if they can do this, then what the hell have they been doing with Pokemon? And no, this isn't a discussion about Pokemon, this isn't a review about Pokemon, this is my thoughts about Beast of Reincarnation after spending over 25 hours with the game, completing it, and honestly enjoying my time pretty much all the way through. In Beast of Reincarnation, you play as Emma. I'm not going to go into any sort of story specifics because I don't want to spoil anything, but basically what you need to know is that the whole world is in ruins. Emma is out there with her dog Ku. They're infested with blight, which is what's spreading across the nation. Everything's fucked up, everything is going bad, and she's out here trying to fix it all. The story goes in all sorts of ups and downs, zigs and zags. It goes into a lot of weird places, some that you can expect and that are very clear and obvious just from almost the start of the game, and then some that you don't really anticipate. It's an interesting story, and I liked where it ended up, but I do wish that it got there faster. And that's one of my main problems with this game, is that the pacing isn't great, and that, my god, dude, the game freakiness of this game starts to shine as you get to the second half, because you are going to see repeat environments. You are going to see repeat enemies literally within the first hour, and then that's basically all the enemies you see. There's a little bit of variation, but my god, dude, it's like they just copy and paste throughout the entire way. But that doesn't mean I didn't have fun, because what this game is about is ultimately having fun. This is one of those games where you're gonna see people all over the internet analyzing, hyper-analyzing, and fixating on literally any possible small thing, because yes, the textures are fucking bad. Yes, there are only like 7 enemies throughout the entire game. Yes, a lot of the bosses are repeat bosses from the first few hours. Yeah, the draw distance looks terrible. The faraway textures are horrendous. The performance is good, but my god, dude, a lot of it just looks bad. And it looks repeated, and it looks kind of ugly. Sometimes it looks really nice, but overall you're gonna be like, man, I've seen these every fucking new zone that I go to is the same zone with a slight variation, but it's pretty much the same kind of trees, same kind of grass, same kind of gray looking everything. It wears on you a little bit. Which is why by the time I got like 70% of the game, I was like, okay, let's wrap it up, man. This is kind of drawing on a little bit too long. Let's wrap it up. I was having fun still. The combat's really fun. Fighting the bosses is awesome. Some of the cutscenes are really cool. The story is cool overall. I had a good time. I'm not trying to say I didn't have a good time, but I can see that there are going to be people who will nitpick the absolute shit out of this game and be like, this is not a 2026 game. This looks like a PS3 game. Ugh, it has bland textures. Ugh, look at these trees. They look gross. Ugh. There's going to be a lot of that. There will. And if you want to be one of those people that's going to nitpick the shit out of this game, you absolutely can, because it's there. It's there for you to nitpick, dude. Just looking at it very quickly, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, what's going on here? Fair. But will you have fun? Absolutely. Because from start to finish, it is a fun game. The combat is engaging. You have tons of skills. You have tons of abilities. Ku's commands let you really go deep with how you're going to fight every boss and every enemy. There's weaknesses. You can take advantage of those weaknesses. You can combo moves. You can do all sorts of skills combined with Ku's skills, and you can do some crazy attacks. And it's really cool. And you'll have fun. But you will be fighting the exact same enemies throughout almost the entire game. You will be fighting pretty much the same few bosses on repeat throughout the entire game. And if that bothers you, then yes, you will not have a good time with this. But if you want something that clearly takes inspiration from Studio Ghibli, with Castle in the Sky, and with Princess Mononoke, and it combines it with Stellar Blade, and a little bit of Nier, that's the game. Do I think that Stellar Blade is a better game? Yes. Do I think that Nier is a better game? Absolutely. It takes bits and pieces of those. It takes bits and pieces of Sekiro. It tries to combine everything into one and give you a really good experience. Not a polished experience, not even close, but it's probably the best output that Game Freak has ever done, you know, in terms of technical ability. It's the best looking thing that Game Freak has ever done. It's finally something that Game Freak has done to step away from Pokemon all the time, and it's cool. I really did have fun. I'm not trying to say this game sucks in any way, but I am saying that it's repetitive. I am saying that the pacing becomes a slog. I am saying that it is very easy to look at this and pick out a long list of shortcomings that might make you say this is a 7 out of 10. I don't really think so. I had a lot of fun with it. And I think what gaming should be about at the end of the day is the fun. Let's be real here, okay? Let's back up. How many people are out there being like, I want short games that look worse, that are just better, right? And now here's a game that's a little bit longer than it should be, but the main core of it, the main loop is fun. So at the end of the day, what should matter is that you're having fun. And if it can deliver fun the entire way through, that's a win to me. So to me, it's like, yeah, sure, maybe it doesn't look the best. Maybe the enemy designs are on repeat. Maybe the boss designs are on repeat. Maybe the zones are basically on repeat, but the exploration's cool. There's a lot of secrets to find. The combat is engaging. The boss battles are fun. It's easy. It's an easy game, aside from a few boss battles where they put too many enemies at once and it gets a little bit hectic. Overall, fun, easy game. Good game. Multiple difficulties. If you want to play it on story mode, you can. If you play it on story mode, the enemies and the bosses do like 1% damage. Like you can get a hit 85 times before you die. And if that's how you want to play, go ahead. Normal mode is much harder than story for sure, but it's like, it's fair. And then hard mode is hard as shit. And then you unlock another mode once you beat the game. That's like a super hard mode. Good game, man. Good game. I had a good time with it. At the end of the day, when you play a game, what you should come out with is be like, did you have fun? Yes or no? If you did, then it's a good game. If you didn't, then it sucks. And I did. It's not the best game ever. It's not in my top 10 of the year, but it is a game that I do recommend if you're looking for something in the style of Stellar Blade, because it's very similar to Stellar Blade. If you're looking for that type of game, this is your game. If you want something with a lot more depth and a lot more variety and something that's going to be more reminiscent of like what FromSoft is capable of, this ain't it, dude. I'll tell you that straight up. But if you just want a fun, good game, there's a good game, dude.